All right, everyone. I'm still in a bit of shock right now. I can't believe that this is actually happening. And I know that this has been suggested by players for a while. This has been suggested by content creators in the content creator chat for a long time. I made the suggestion, I think, probably 6 months ago. Never really heard anything about it. Never heard an update. I just thought that it was never going to happen. But it turns out that that's not the case. Plarium is actually finally doing this. And they are finally going to be running a ×2 rates event and a ×10 rates event, both at the same time. Now, here's the other thing too, is until yesterday, we didn't actually know what champion the ×10 event would be for, and we thought that there was a really good chance that they would just throw some mediocre champion and not really make it worthwhile, but it turns out that is absolutely not the case, and they've actually picked one of the best champions in the game to feature for this insane summoning event, Martyr. That's right, so not only do we have a 10x event for Martyr from Sacred Shards, but there's also a double the chances of receiving legendary champions from Sacred Shards as well. So we've got both of these events active at the same time. This is absolutely crazy, but it doesn't even end right there. There's even more. We've got another summoning event going on as well. This is one that I think some people have kind of cast aside or forgot about. That is, there's going to be a summon rush starting as well. And the really big thing about this summon rush here is it is the event that you actually do end up getting fragments for that legendary event, Drokul the Gaunt, that came out. So if you guys take a look right here at the events, and you go down to September 25th through September 28th, you can end up getting a total of 25 fragments. And both of these summoning events are going to be active while this is going on. So, I mean, there's just really a lot, and it's just, I can't believe it. Like, this is so unlike Plarium. You know, I've been playing the game for something like 18 months now. Obviously, the last couple of weeks, especially, I think you guys, it's not really been any kind of surprise. My energy's been really high. It's been going a little bit lower, but, you know, for a while I've been less active. Either way, though, I've been really keeping track of the game. I was very active for well over a year, and I've never seen them do something like this. I've never even seen them really move into this direction right here, and now all of a sudden it seems like things are starting to happen. It seems like the gears are starting to turn a bit faster. I'm not saying we're there yet at all. We've still got a lot of work to do. Arena still is a, you know, a mess. They say it's getting better. I really don't know. I still think it's a mess. But, you know, for the first time in forever, we're actually seeing player-friendly changes and things moving in the right direction at a reasonable pace. And we've seen them kind of go down this road a little bit before, but it wasn't even close to, you know, what we've seen so far. And I don't think that it's any kind of coincidence that while all this is going on, of course, there is a new CEO at Plarium. And I know this has been the really big story for a while. This happened something like a couple of weeks ago, where the CEO at Plarium, who's been there for a very, very long time, changed into a different position, and we really don't know a lot of information besides that. I'm not really the kind of person to look or dig too much into that stuff. I know that there are some people on YouTube who know a bit more about that than I do, but that's a really big deal. When the CEO of a company who has been there for a very long time, I want to say he was the CEO for something like 8 to 10 years at Plarium, now is all of a sudden in the last month in a different position. You know, and it coincidentally, this is also the same time that we're starting to see these really good changes come to the game. I don't think that that's a coincidence at all, especially considering when you really look at the last 18 months of the game and just seeing how absolutely slow things have been. And now in the last month, it seems like we've seen the most amount of updates and direction in the game in a long time. I think that this truly could mean it, and I really want to be careful about saying this too you know, boldly, because we've still got a long ways to go. I'll feel a lot more confident really saying this at the end of the year if we kind of see this really go in the right direction and continue to go in the right direction. But I think for the first time, I can confidently say that at least we're starting to see the game slowly move back into the right direction, and I really hope that they keep up these player-friendly summoning events where they've got both a ×2 and a ×10 active at the same time. Now, I know I made that really big statement where I said that I think this is really the first time that Plarium is really truly moving in the right direction, and I know for some of you guys this might not feel like enough, and I totally understand, because they've still got a lot of stuff to do. But there's another reason why I feel good about this. And that's because if you actually take a look at the events here, it looks a little bit weird, because the ×2 event is running from the Friday. They both start on Friday, right? Friday, September 25th. but the times 2 is running all the way through Monday. Then the times 10 event is only running through Sunday. And at first glance, you might be like, wait, why would they do that? That seems really bad. Why would they only have the times 10 event run through Sunday while the times 2 event is running all the way through Monday? That means that the people who summon on the last day are going to get scammed and not give themselves a times 10 chance to get Martyr. Well, it's actually done on purpose. This is something that players have asked for from Plarium, is on the very last day, could you please take away the times 10 for Martyr for the people who want to summon their sacred shards who already have Martyr. And I know that that's not a lot of people, but it is a lot of whales. A lot of people already have Martyr who are super whales, and they just don't want to make it so that they have a less chance of getting the legendaries that they don't have, but now have a much higher chance of getting one of the legendaries that they already do have. This is like super first world problems, but it does apply to, you know, the top spenders and whatnot. And this solution here of having it so that the very last day of the times 2 event, they take away the Martyr event, so now it's just a times 2 event, so the whales who already have Martyr could now just wait until the very last day to summon their shards, and now they don't have that increased chance to get Martyr, which would be a dupe, somebody that they don't want, and now that increases the chance of getting all the other legendaries in the game, which would hopefully give them an increased chance to get someone that they do want. So it seems simple and it seems bad at first glance, but this is actually done intentionally as a player-friendly change, of course, to the whales, but to the people who already have Martyr, so that if they want to hold on to their shards until the last day, they're essentially not getting punished. So, you know, if you really look at this event, it does end up working out well for everyone. Obviously, if you do want to give yourself a chance to get Martyr, and you've got sacred shards saved up, you do want to summon before the very last day. You don't want to wait until the last day, because then the Martyr part of it does go away. Now, unfortunately for me here, I've got some bad news on my account. I don't have any sacred shards. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if you guys do have sacred shards. Maybe you want me to do some summons for you. Feel free to reach out to me on Discord. But I still have not been spending in the game at all for probably 2 or 3 months now. And obviously the energy is a pretty big sign there. And I think my plan here is I don't think I'm going to start spending until I get my energy levels down, because I've been actually playing in the game a bit more lately, but I still haven't started to play enough in order to really chunk down my energy a whole lot. So I need to like clear some masteries on some guys, spend a whole lot of time AFK farming dungeons. I've already got enough food, so I don't really need to really focus too much on the campaign. But as soon as I start to see my energy get down, and if I could see these changes really continuing, I don't want this to be a one-on thing and then off forever. I want it to see these kinds of things continue to happen. I think my interest and involvement in the game might start to creep back up. I'm feeling good right now. I'm feeling like this is obviously one of the best summoning events that they've had. Obviously, if you guys do have sacred shards, this is a phenomenal opportunity to summon them. The best opportunity that you have ever had since the launch of the game. And who knows if they're going to do something like this in the future. I really, really hope they do. But, you know, make sure that if you guys do summon, you wait until everything is active. Don't just look for the red button next to the eye. Make sure that you see that the rates are doubled here. Make sure that you see that the rates for Martyr are boosted. Always double check everything. I would also double check to make sure that the summon rush is active as well. And, you know, you don't want to run into the nightmare scenario where you spend all your sacred shards and realize that you're actually doing it a couple of minutes before a certain event starts, and now a lot of your resources have gone to waste. So anyway, this is crazy. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna wrap it up here. I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and if you do and you want more in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to toss a quick like. It means more than you can imagine, and more raid videos should be popping up on the screen right about now, or the suggested videos to right or below. Feel free to check them out, but if not, until next time, take care everyone, have a great day. This is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.